Good morning. Welcome to Math Advisory. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing rational numbers. Remember, a rational number is a fraction, a decimal, a percent, positive, negative, all those good things. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Remember, my screen is wonky, so just do the best that you can. Okay, thanks. All right, here we go. Kristen is making spaghetti for her party. Her recipe calls for 3/4 cups of tomato paste. If she needs to make 1.5 recipes, how much tomato paste should Kristen use? Okay. So, what do we know? We know that a recipe has 3/4 cup of tomato, but she needs to make more than that one recipe. She needs to make 1 1/2. I'm comparing two things, so I like to make a proportion. So we're comparing our recipe and our tomato paste. One recipe is 3/4. Okay, but I want 1.5 recipes. So how can I get from 1 to 1/2? Well, I can multiply by 1, and 1/2. So whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. So we're going to do 3/4 times 1 1/2. I want to make these both fractions, and so I'm going to make my mixed number into an improper fraction. So this turns to 3/4 times 2, 3/2. Okay, we're going to multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators together. So 3 times 3 gets me 9. 4 times 2 gets me 8. But again, this is an improper fraction. So we're going to change the improper fraction to a mixed number. Numerator goes inside the house, denominator stays outside. 8 goes into 9 one time. Subtract, that's 1. So we get 1 1/8. So remember, sometimes it's hard to figure out if you're supposed to be multiplying or dividing in a word problem. So proportions are always the safest place to go. Okay, so let's keep it going and do another one. The transportation department is resurfacing 12.75 miles of roadways in Navarro County. The crew completes 1/8 a mile section of the road each hour. How many hours will it take to complete the resurfacing project? Okay, so we're comparing two things. We're comparing miles and we're comparing hours. I'm not going to start off with my 12.75. I'm going to start off with my 1/8 because 1/8 mile gets me 1 hour. Okay, but I want to get to 12.75. So I have to multiply 1/8 times something to get me 12.75. I don't know that on top of my head, so I'm going to go ahead and divide. I'm going to do 12 3/4 divided by 1/8. I didn't want to change my 1/8 to a decimal because that's a lot. I'm not good at long division, and that's a lot of decimals to worry about. So I'm just going to keep it as fractions. Come on, screen. There it goes. So let's go ahead and convert our mixed number to an improper fraction. That's going to be 48 plus 3 is 51. So 51 over 4 divided by 1 over 8. Remember, dividing fractions is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So we're going to get 51 over 4 times 8 over 1. Is there anything that I can go ahead and simplify? Oh yeah, I can simplify 4 and 8 and make that 1/2 because 4 divided by 4 gets me 1 and 8 divided by 4 gets me 2. Okay, now my numbers are smaller, so I can go ahead and solve. 51 times 2 gets me 102. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Okay, so how many hours is it going to take? So 1/8 times 102 gets me 12.75. So whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. So my answer is 102. Hang on, you guys. I just want to see if 1/8 times 102 gets me what I need. So 1/8 gives me 100. 2 divided by 8. 8 goes to the 10 once. Subtract, that's 2. Bring down my 2. 8 goes into 22 twice. That's 16. Subtract, that's 6. Yep, okay, I was correct. Sorry, let me explain what I did. So I made a proportion. I needed to get from 1/8 to 12.75, but I didn't know what that was. So I divided the 2 right here and got 102. So that's going to be my pattern. So 1/8 times 102 gets me 12.75. So whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. That's where I got my 102. But I just wanted to make sure that what I was doing was correct. So right here, I was checking my work. All right, if you have any questions, come visit me, A216. Have a wonderful day. Miss Harkins is out.